There are vaccines for chickenpox, rabies, and the flu. But could we soon see one for opioids?
So it prevents a person who abuses drugs from messing up. So if they lapse and they would take the drug, there would be no effect. They're not back to their full-scale addiction.
Mattis and his team at Walter Reed have been working on a heroin vaccine since 2011.
When you receive the vaccine, your body produces something called antibodies, which circulate in the blood. So when you take heroin, these antibodies would bind to the heroin and prevent it from going into the brain.
He says the vaccine could have other impacts like limiting the spread of HIV.
Injection drug use spreads HIV. So one way of decreasing HIV spread is to reduce the amount of injection drug use.
Mattis and his group aren't the only ones working on an opioid vaccine. The Minneapolis Medical Research Foundation has been developing a vaccine that focuses on the prescription painkiller OxyContin.
One of the issues is that once you get out of treatment, so let's say you're stopping taking your medication, then you're always at risk of relapsing. And so the vaccine, being vaccinated, can prevent not necessarily the relapse, but it could prevent the overdose.
Provatoni said the vaccine he is working on can be combined with other medications so it doesn't interfere with pain management.
If you're vaccinated against OxyContin, obviously OxyContin is not an option for you if you go, let's say, to the ER, but there are other opioids that would be still effective and you can still be treated for pain.
Both teams are supported by funds from the National Institute of Health. And since the government has declared the opioid epidemic a national health emergency, both say there has been more support for research aiming to curb the crisis.
The FDA has expedited reviews of therapeutics, vaccines too, that would be used to treat the opioid crisis.
But fast-tracked or not, Provatoni said it could still take years before we could see the vaccines hitting the shelf since clinical trials haven't even started.